that's what I believe. See his sunshine is all around us, and there are beautiful clouds where you are. That's how I know that these worries will not last. I can see you've been crying and staying wide awake, asking yourself why the journey is so tough. They say tough times never last, only tough people do. So don't stop believing, I know it's gonna be better. Say la, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, la, 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 ba-dum. Can't be loved by everybody, it's impossible, you know. And trust me, it's okay, so let the toxic people go. Your peace within is more priceless than a pearl. You got to be happy, cause life's just way too short. Don't stress the little things, they will only waste your time. Just take it easy, easy like a nursery rhyme. And I'm singing, I know it's gonna be okay. So I wanna see you smile today. Hey, you just gotta be happy, man. Good days, bad days, it's all part of life. But you must keep the groove on and enjoy every single day. I'm sure you've had some happy days before. So what makes you think you can't have more? Keep on fighting and you'll see. You will soon see rainbows. Hey, come on! La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Ba-dum, ba-dum, boom. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Ba-dum, ba-dum, boom. La, 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 la.
This is Terminal 2 of the Accra International Airport, and we're just coming in from in there where the 300 evacuees have arrived in Ghana. The first batch there, welcomed by the Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, his deputy James Gyakye Quayson, and also the Chief of Staff Julius Deborah. And of course, it was a joyous mood for the evacuees who have arrived in Ghana. Addressing the evacuees earlier, the Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa welcomed them and received them. He is saying that the government thinks about them, and that is why they went all length to bring them back into the country. He also announced special allowances for the team that came. That includes a reintegration allowance and also a transportation allowance.
Today, the Mahama administration is demonstrating that wherever Ghanaians are, we will make sure you are protected, your dignity is respected, and we will go to the length of this world to bring you back home safely. You are going to receive psychosocial support. We have psychologists, we have medical doctors, we have nurses here to take care of you. That is not all. President Mahama says that all of you should be given 2 special allowances. One for your transportation. So there will be a transportation allowance to wherever you live, wherever your homes are, whoever you are going to connect with. And then there will be a reintegration allowance, a special package to help you put your lives back on track.
The Chief of Staff, Julius Deborah, in his speech relayed the greetings of the President to the Ghanaians who had been received here, and mentioned that there are special programs that have been put in place to help them reintegrate into the Ghanaian society.
Minister Ma ni awuyehiem ni kola ene ti e no obes masun said oni ni nanu ebe kon ma dia bo no ma so bet me na special package because dem be to ni fun no mania ni munya didie wo mu man mu munya didie wo ye president mu se maba no ekwan bi ese e fa so ma mu ti ni gina mo na so ye be ya mamu.
Members of the evacuees are here at the Terminal 2 waiting on them to come in from inside. They are going through a lot of processes in there, and so it's taking a while for them to come out here. But for some of them that we have spoken to, this marks a fresh start for them.
40 years. If the stress never know so what I want to mean that we am sure in simply problem na kasa na mo nemu na senicity ya krata sema e be say me say manya 10 years but o che wo work up na o mama krata nti ya na me kan say na obi ya be say fie ni fie woni sika kra manya peace of mind o ma attack me me e baba we o mo che na me was na me adwuma na o mo buy so na mo say ya krata wen.
The second batch of the Ghanaian nationals evacuated from South Africa will be in Ghana and will be here to bring you that. Reporting from Terminal 2, Accra International Airport, I am Desmond Okrekudanso.
Welcome all of you to Ghana, your own country, to the motherland. Today, the Mahama administration is demonstrating that wherever Ghanaians are, we will make sure you are protected, your dignity is respected, and we will go to the length of this world to bring you back home safely.
I believe sincerely that sometimes God has different ways of opening new doors for us. And so let's be very optimistic. As a nation, we shall always stand by our people, no matter where you find yourself. Be encouraged and believe that it shall all end well.
Akwaba to all of you. Obake, wins or no.
I'm back. Yeah, welcome back. Thank you very much, everybody. Yeah, we thankful that we are here safely and a smooth ride. Ethiopia Airlines, I'll recommend it. Yes. And it's a nice ride. And enjoy their services.
This how long have you been in South Africa?
Oh, it's I don't remember. Yeah, the time I went there, you were a little boy.
Why are you headed from here? Why are you headed from here?
I am going to Sunyani. Yes, I want to enjoy my life there a little bit.
That's where family is?
Yes, that's where my family is.
Daddy, how was life in South Africa?
South Africa is unpredictable. People are... We have good ones, but the bad boys are more than the good ones, I may say. But we survived the attacks on us. We just thank God that we are back home. That's all. I don't think I have much to say.
Thank you. Thank you, Daddy.
It was so funny. It was so funny. Namo. Wow. It's good to meet you guys again.
Same here.
Wow.
Shaman, experience in it is
Charlie, I have some people. South Africa now. Bonsam Jusso. South Africa, Bonsam Jusso now.
My name is Najaz and I'm here in Ghana because there are so many problems around, and even my kids can't go to school because in South Africa, when they see your kids are foreigners, sometimes they chase them away from school and there is no job. Now they said if you're a foreigner, you are working for someone, they chase you, they can take you to police station so that you can stay there for long. And sometimes you are working like those Home Affairs people, they just chase you and tell you where is your passport. You show them, they can tell you to go to the car also. And that is the problem that I came to Ghana, and I was, even if I'm going out, I'm scared. Like I have to take my kids with me before I can go out to buy something. Yeah.
For how long have you been in South Africa?
6 years.
6 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what memory do you have about South Africa? What you can say about South Africa?
South African, they are good people. It's not all of them that they are fighting. Some of them are not happy about what is happening. Even at the airports, those migrations, some of them, they told us that they are not happy about what is going on. So we mustn't blame them.
So, looking at what happened to you in South Africa, do you still support the borderless Africa? Like they want to make Africa a borderless Africa, where you can enter into any country you want to go enter.
I'm in politics, so I can answer what you are saying.
The other side, you come here again.
The best thing you can do right now, if you're black and you're watching this, is apply for a passport, please, and start using it. You know, that's one of the weaknesses of South Africa, and that's why there's so much Zeno.
Yeah,
It's
because people don't travel.
Hey, they don't know what exists beyond the. Heck, they don't know more. I've met South Africans who don't know who've never been to Durban,
to Joburg, and they fear coming to Johannesburg. As someone who comes from KZN.
Now think of, what do you think? Do you think we're not scared when we cross a border to go to another country? Do you think that people are just like, yay, we're going? No. It's the scariest experience. When I was 21, jumping onto a plane, going to a different country where I know no one, I don't know what they eat. It's scary. But that's how also wealth is created, by traveling.
Sure.
Money knows no borders.
Yes.
Okay, so the reason why we don't know how much money they stole from Africa is because we've never been to their countries.
To see our wealth there.
Hey, go see that little island called UK. You cry. Little island, rocks. They don't even have animals. But the wealth, scary.
We used to be a traveling people. If you think of
as Africans, we were.
Just from a natural perspective, you'd always go to fertile earth, always go to where the water's flowing.
We're nomads.
But now it's like you're stuck, and it's almost like you're frowned upon for even moving.
Yeah, you're frowned upon for even suggesting you want to move.
Yeah, to fertile earth, and fertile earth obviously is where you can make.
So
money.
that's another concept of money pen.
Yeah.
In order to understand money travel. Once you've traveled, you get perspective. Once you have perspective, you get vision. When you get vision, you can get a mission. When you get a mission, you can do it. Now, if you don't travel, you will sit and consume what's fed to you. The narrative is not under your control. Am I saying everyone must leave South Africa? No, I'm just saying that be aware.
Sure.
And also, we need to embrace and also start understanding those who have traveled, why they came. Some of them it's real poverty, and a lot of foreigners are doing good in this country. But there's a lot of bad.
Yes.
I'm not taking that away.
Sure.
Okay, but we just need to understand, put yourself in their shoes, going to a scary place, they don't know language, they don't speak, they're talking about you, you know, and you know, it's not all pap and flays. It's not all rosy.
I've been attacked on social media for trying to create the analogy of traveling from one province to another, or from a village to a city. So I'm from Newcastle in KwaZulu-Natal. I came to Joburg, fertile earth. And to what you're saying about opportunities, if you look at a lot of the people that are making money in small towns, it's because they've traveled to the big cities, seen ideas, brought them back home, or when we speak import-export, they literally go and buy from a China city, wholesalers in the cities into the villages, which is, if you just broaden your mind, it's the same thing that happens when you travel across borders. So when I made that example, and I remember Helen Zille was dragged for saying South Africans are economic migrants. She was speaking about people from the Eastern Cape, from Limpopo, from Mpumalanga, from KZN, and even from the Free State that travel to these big cities looking for a better life. And it's like, but guys, if you're going to tell, I got dragged for this. My views on xenophobia and those things are alternative. We'll discuss them another day. But I was saying...
So the NFL posted a picture of Pascal Ekeji, an NFL player. He has heritage from South Africa, from Lesotho, from Nigeria. And the NFL just posted a picture and say, hey, happy Freedom Day to all our South African friends. That's it. Simple message. Guess who attacked Pascal Lekeji? South Africans. Not Basotho, not Nigerians. South African. But why? Let me make you understand how the South African mind works. During apartheid, one thing that the oppressor was doing while he was lynching the black people is giving them a hierarchy of where people rank. And the oppressor will say, number one, it is me. I am at the top. I am the top human. You must respect me. And then we'll say the second is an Indian. He is above you. And then the third is a colored. He is above you. And then the fourth, it's you. But you don't have to worry that there is actually me, an Indian, and a colored who are above you in the scale, because you are better than an African. You are not an African. You are a South African, and you are better than an African. So a South African thinks that way.
Mbeki downplayed the issue of undocumented migrants in the country, saying he can't understand South Africans marching against them.
If they are not documented, they've not been counted. So who told you there are many? Where do you get that figure from? But people go marching up and down the streets because of this undocumented people are a big threat. How do they know? I'm saying the word undocumented means uncounted. So how many are they, the undocumented? Are they 500? Are they 5 million? What's the number? Nobody knows. But they are a problem.
A placard demonstration also...
Find it in your good heart, because Africans, you are good people. Find it in your good heart to forgive us. We are sorry. We are ashamed of ourselves. And we sincerely apologize for this madness. We are sorry. Please don't treat all South Africans the same. We are dealing with these criminal elements who want to project us as people who do not love our own brothers and sisters. Forgive us. We come from a traumatized past, and we are struggling in finding ourselves. We are still in the process of soul searching, and will ultimately one day know that we are part of Africa. Our oppressors, those who have taken away our brains and mind, are the ones who have instilled in us the hatred of our fellow African brothers and sisters. It is not of our own making. We are still working on ourselves, because they've said to us, we are better than Africa, and some amongst us still think exactly like that. We'll soon realize that we are nothing without our continent. We have no any other home except this continent. If things go bad here in South Africa, we will only be received well and properly in other parts of African continent like they did before. It will not be for the first time. The Nigerians opened their gates, Zimbabweans, Mozambicans, Swaziland, Botswana, the Lesotho people, Zambian people, Tanzanian people, Angola, they opened their gates and welcomed us. The people of Lesotho were bombed and killed by apartheid government looking for us. And after those bombing, they never said, hey, we're no longer part of this nonsense. They continued to provide entrance as a frontline state for our guerrillas to come and wage a war against the murderous regime of apartheid. It is our turn now to say thank you to the continent. Instead, we're eating now, and we've forgotten where we come from. Government is broke, government is broke. But people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
All right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Let me also once again say Eid Mubarak. We're still celebrating Eid al-Adha. It's a 3-day commemoration of this very, very important event, a very, very important Islamic festival. So say Eid al-Adha to our Muslim folks who are watching us, the Muslim Ummah who are watching us this morning. But let me now come back home and say good morning, morning. Thank you very much for joining the show. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. The show is live on 94.1 FM. And so please tell a friend to tell a friend that the show is live on radio. Just in case you can watch us on TV, you have an alternative. The alternative is radio, which is 94.5, where you have an alternative, yes, which is 94.5 FM. My name is Awudu Moro, and it's always a pleasure to come here. It's a beautiful Thursday morning indeed. As you do know, today is Thursday, 9:30. The alma maters of the senior high schools would be joining Kwesi Equity at 9:30 to celebrate the past and to reminisce and to basically tell us what they're doing to support or to give back to their alma mater. Is the Ignite Media Group's school homecoming program, which would eventually culminate in awards that will be given to the school or the school that has done more for their alma, or let me say, we're giving to the old students, let me put that way, that has done more for their alma mater. So watch out for Kwesi Equity at 9:30 this morning. Don't miss out on that as well. I'll tell you the school that's going to be participating today. So wait, I'll keep you in suspense. I know, but I won't tell you. 9:30. Just wait for Kwesi Equity. Let me also say that those of you who've been tuning into the show at 7 a.m. all the way to 9:55, we're grateful. We're grateful that you are able to do that. We're so grateful. You are distinguished. We cherish, we value you. Without you, we don't have a show. But again, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. This is where the real talk, this is where the real conversation happens. When you look at the quality of the guests and the quality of resource persons that join us on the show, it leaves you with no doubt at all that if you really want to learn a lot, then it has to be this platform. Let me go straight ahead and look at what the papers are reporting, as I always do when I come here as the first thing that I look at. I'll start with the Daily Graphic, and understandably so, we have Let Peace Prevail, President urges Ghanaians in Eid message. Government begins 800-acre reclamation project at Nkrofo, and as 300 Ghanaians arrive home from South Africa. Chief Imam lauds interfaith harmony at Eid prayers. The Ghanaian Times this morning says government begins 800-acre reclamation projects and in Nkrofo, and then you also have first batch of Ghanaian evacuees from South Africa arrive home. And there's RUPA commends government for raw rubber export ban. It's also here. And then you also have at Eid al-Adha prayers, President outlines development vision for Zongos. The Daily Guide says Adamos denies link to Mali claims. The government backtracks on new e-levy. And there's Renax ex-wife rejects 2 million cedis, demands 40 million cedis. Minister leads 800-acre land reclamation at Nkrofo. Xenophobic attack, 300 Ghanaians arrive from South Africa. The Insight says ECG privatization, SMG demands end to private sector takeover. Syndicated newspaper publications linking Miko SA in Mali to sister company in Ghana, reckless and misleading, lawyers for Adamos. Xenophobic attacks. Government receives first batch of Ghanaian evacuees from South Africa, and there's 2 remanded over alleged possession of narcotics in Kaswa. Africa, Liberation Day 2026, the renewed struggle for sovereignty and liberation. To Ukraine's terrorist strike on the student dormitory of Starobesk Pedagogical College and the silence of the West on Kyiv's crimes. The Inquisitor says restoring degraded lands. Mahama is committed, Lands Minister assures. Abuse of free speech. Apenyo Makin speaks on where to draw the line. MPA CEO vows to deal with fuel smuggling. Adamos Resources says reports from Mali is false and misleading. The Ghanaian publisher Adamos refused claims linking it to alleged Mali violations. Government begins 800-acre reclamation project in Nkrofo. Mahama urges peace, warns against drugs at Eid. Jimet to Ghanaians take weather warnings seriously. Well, there have been times when you've warned us it's not rain, but yes, I get it. We'll still take you seriously. Yes, we'll take you seriously. There's TGN, there's OFS government clash over e-visa projects. That's here, front page of today's Ghanaian publisher. The Accra Times says Afoko unveils a 3R strategy to rebrand the NPP ahead of 2028. I've looked at it. It comes across as a very interesting 3 R's, as Mr. Afoko has put it. I think that you should grab today's Accra Times and look at this. It's a very interesting set of strategies that Mr. Paul Afoko has put out. But let's see how it goes. Parliament values your work. Speaker Bagwing encourages parliamentary staff. Unimax says bold vision for 2030 to deepen media and communication development. Leave a legacy, nurture talent. Clark urges parliament staff. And in observance of HR Week 2026, HR Director tasks staff to contribute meaningfully to transformation. Ekunfi MP honored at ACI World Congress Awards. The New Republic says that Mahama gets $2.6 billion vote of confidence. Bail plea lodged for MP in dash fraud case. Ghanaian hairdresser severely injured in SA as violence manhunt escalates. Ex-Minister Yusuf, 2 others to refund 579 million cedis as forensic audit exposes shocking rot. Hotel rooms billed at $50 million US, 468 million cedis stolen from construction contracts. Black Stars coaches fed from games kitty. You see, when you do this, then you also put out what you see has also said in response to the audit queries. You know, when you do this type of one-sided story, it's not right. It's about people's reputations. In any case, these are mere allegations. So the man has responded to some of the things, and he's called on the public to basically dismiss what is being reported. So you put it, the side by side. But anyway, it's editorial discretion. But I'm just thinking the spirit of fairness, Anyway, there's Mahama dangles $100 million US for technical universities, but budget reality looms. And there's Ghana evacuee citizens from SA as xenophobia rages. Mahama pressure to punish gold fields. Daily Post this morning says first batch of Ghanaians fleeing xenophobic attacks in South Africa arrive in Ghana. President Mahama celebrates Eid al-Adha with Muslims. Ghana welcomes Pope's apology over Catholic Church's role in slavery. And as in Nkrofo, President Mahama hands over mined out lands for restoration. SIC Insurance donates 200 million cedis to Ghana Medical Trust Fund. 200,000 cedis. I beg you, it's 200,000 cedis. The BNFT says Exim Bank must align its financing model with 24-hour economy agenda. And there's a GCB Bank joint strategic push to strengthen Africa's cross-border payment systems. BOG pushes African payments integration to boost regional trade. And the Reserves app, CDDAO, government warns against premix price manipulation diversion. There's community banks face profit reset as government shifts borrowing strategy. Pure Earth appoints George Bruno Akanlu as the new country director. Now, when you go online, you go to My Joe Online, you have okay. So if you go to My Joe Online, we can pass it by Friday. Appeal Mako signals rapid move on LGBTQ plus bill. And as the ECG restores power at the Tanigwe SHS after week-long outage. As suffered beatings, look at my marks, evacuated a Ghanaian recounts alleged xenophobic attack in South Africa. The City Newsroom says Accra Kumasi Expressway 51 kilometer cleared, compensation to begin in June. Looks like government is taking this Kumasi Expressway thing very seriously, huh? Ghana economy to expand 5% in 2026. AFDB, your job is to be engineers, not politicians. Energy Minister tells ECG staff. Another Ghanaian pilgrim dies in Saudi Arabia during 2026. Hash Emprizo MP commends government evacuation effort, condemns xenophobia in SA. And then you have Ghana Web that says 5,000 Ghana must go back full of items. See the packages given to Ghanaians returning from SA. Why Manasseh Zuri is wrong in his most recent attack on President Mahama over free speech. And as appeal court upholds 30 million cedis award against FDA in Tobinco suit. And the Uganda FA boss hails Lai Kingston for quality football at under-17 level. He kicked us out of the under-17, upcoming under-17 tournament. Unbelievable. Lai, why did you do this in your own country? Don't mind me, you're a coach, you're doing a professional job. But it speaks a lot, eh? He was here, we didn't give him the job. Uganda's given the job to him, now he's kicked us out. We have to learn our lessons and do better next time. All right, so stay with us. My guests are here. It's going to be an all-female panel. Two top, fantastic ladies joining us on the show today. Stay with us.
Onunchoni ha o dangma ji chele we kun oyanu tumo osole moji ake ba wona ni ko aya ko ba shushu amen.
Finding the ideal property shouldn't be a daunting task. At MNC Properties, we believe everyone deserves a place to call home. That's why we specialize in providing affordable housing options under our flagship project, Fresh Property Joy, specifically designed for low and medium income earners. Our range of customizable homes includes 2 and 3 bedroom standard and executive options, all meticulously crafted using innovative interlocking brick technology. We understand the importance of simplicity and convenience in the acquisition process. That's why we have designed our procedures to be straightforward and hassle-free, offering flexible payment options tailored to your individual needs. In addition to our affordable homes, we proudly offer litigation-free lands for sale in vibrant and upscale communities that present the perfect opportunity to build your dream home. We are committed to making affordable housing a reality, providing you with the joy of owning a home that meets your budgets and aspirations. Whether you're looking to buy, rent, or invest, we've got you covered. Our service team is ready to assist you on 030-255-1917. MNC Properties.
Mommy, good morning.
Oh, good morning, my son. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Mom. How about you?
I'm fine.
Joe, I just saw your mom doing her usual morning routine. Like, it was just 2 weeks she underwent a major colon surgery.
Bro, see, my mom is doing perfectly fine, and we're all excited about it. It was minimally invasive surgery, and the recovery has been very fast.
Minimally? Hey! No, wait. What do you mean by that?
So they offered my mom a laparoscopic colon surgery. Laparoscopic colon surgery, which we accepted. It turned out it was equally safe with a very fast recovery time, and the cost involved too was very, very reasonable. She was discharged 3 days after the surgery, and you can see her, she's on her feet again.
3 days?
Just 3 days, bro.
Mean Tuber Hospital, first Ghana colorectal center, aimed to serve a peculiar health need.
Hey buddy, it's me Azar.
You know how they see. Hey, you don't look fresh. Oh.
Hey.
With your label today.
Wait till you see what's inside me. Azar, freshly made inside and out for greater coverage and colors that last longer and beautify your walls, spaces and places. Azar, no size. Go ahead. Buy now. Azar, #1 from Azar Group since 1921.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kelkit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kelkits, happy smile.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, and who be here? Symmetra Sapapadia to a mammy manful. Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so buying, and manus ring, and a sans of Mama Hotel so a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Launching. BSc Development Economics at the Ghana Christian University College. Study a job-ready university program, BSc Development Economics at the Ghana Christian University College. Job is ready for graduates who possess degrees and certificates in BSc Development Economics, professional certificate in Theoeconomy, certificate in Theoeconomy with business. Enroll at the Department of Theology and Economics at the Ghana Christian University College, Amrahia, Adenta Dodua Road, Accra. Full bursary is available for BSc Development Economics graduates to study master's program at the State University in South Africa. Enroll now. Take advantage of this opportunity to join elite professionals in economics. Call 0557 351 090 or 0575 633 307 or 030 296 0542. WhatsApp us on 0557 351 090 or you can get in touch online on www.theoeconomy.edu.gh. Powered by the Center for Theology and Economics, CTEC.
Looking for the ultimate oil city getaway? Welcome to the Groove Esipon Beach Resort for a luxury meet adventure. Host your meetings and events in our fully equipped conference facility. Relax our sparkling pool, unwind in cozy rooms, satisfy your cravings at our scenic restaurant, and enjoy fun-packed recreational activities and a walk through our charming menus. Whether it's business, pleasure, or pure escape, the Groove is your perfect destination.
Go Black Stars, go all the way till the end, to victory. We'll keep on cheering you until you have the trophy in your hands. Go Black Stars all the way. Football, it unites all of us. There is no escape from the medium of football. It unites all Ghanaian, it unites all Africa. And this time we are praying for Africa to make an impact, starting with Ghana leading the way. So watch it and support the Black Stars all the way. If your choice is Beto TV, good for you.
Catch every moment loud and live on Metro TV, Original TV, and Original 91.9 FM.
Welcome all of you to Ghana, your own country, to the motherland. Today, the Mahama administration is demonstrating that wherever Ghanaians are, we will make sure you are protected, your dignity is respected, and we will go to the length of this world to bring you back home safely.
I believe sincerely that sometimes God has different ways of opening new doors for us. And so let's be very optimistic. As a nation, we shall always stand by our people, no matter where you find yourself. Be encouraged and believe that it shall all end well.
Akwaba to all of you. Obake, ways or no.
You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. The show is also live on 94.1 FM. I guess, as I did indicate, here, and they would kickstart a conversation. We'll kickstart a conversation shortly. So let me just say that Lauratu Musa Saka, she is a member of the NPP's communications team. And also, you know, the thing about Laura, she hardly talks about her areas of expertise. I don't know why. She's usually very quiet about it. You know, of course, they say that the proof of the pudding is in the eating. When you listen to her, you can tell she has got some expertise somewhere, but she hardly talks about it. But she's also pursuing a PhD. I don't have the permission to do this, but I'll do this because when people are doing something good, you have to let the world know. Soon she'll be Dr. Inshallah, Dr. Lauratu Musa Saka. So watch out. We'll all be there to show her some love when she's finally awarded. This won't be proper PhD, you know the ones that people go and pay something, they get some PhD, and they won't let us think. Don't let us have a peace of mind. We're worrying as doctor. Meanwhile, the thing is just honorary. Doc, Kolafia. I can't wait to.
Don't let G-Tech come after me. I invite her.
Laura Pescu. Hey, Laura Pescu. She loves school. Hey, Laura, relax more. Eh? Oh, every year you're schooling. Why? Salaam alaikum, my sister. How are you?
Salam.
Good to see you. Good to see
you.
And
too.
As Muslims, we say Eid Mubarak.
Hari Mubarak.
Mm-hmm. How did you go yesterday? How did you?
Alhamdulillah. I mean, I like my Eid quite quiet. So.
I was expecting meat from you. I didn't.
Yes.
Oh, I was telling the production team, the ladies in the makeup room, that I mean, if you have more here, why don't you carry meat all the way to Metro TV? You know, I mean, he should have been able to give them a whole cow. But from what I hear, he says he's bringing it tomorrow. So, Prof, unfortunately, you miss out on it because I can't have more here. And they're coming, my small meat from the house.
Our head of production for this show, Bright disappointed me.
Oh, so it's Bright's fault.
He was supposed to have delivered a fat cow.
Okay, so where's the cow now?
He said that he knows a friend who has a cattle ranch.
I know someone who can give it cheaper.
Yeah, cheaper.
Okay.
So, but anyway, Eid is 3 days. So, Bright and Kiki.
Well,
I don't know what the two of you are waiting
this explanation that people are giving here sometimes. Eid is what? Eid is 3 days. Yes, understood. Yes, but we only have one holiday.
Yes.
Eid al-Adha is only one holiday. Today we are sitting here.
Yes.
If it's 3 years, we could have. So
I hope my point is not
outside the holiday.
Oh yes, so more still. So the cow, we have to ask Bright to bring it because Bright can be holding the cow at the expense of everybody. Because, so Prof, that's why I didn't bring meat. And yesterday, for those who asked for meat also,
this
they got
so I've got good news for the two of you. Bright has just whispered in my ear.
He has delivered the cow.
The cow is on his way.
The cow,
yes.
fresh
he said
or already
he said
prepared?
It's from a place called Turaku. I'm hearing that for the first time.
Turaku. By the time it passes Tamamoto and gets here, I'll be in my house.
No, but when we slaughter, we'll deliver yours.
Okay, I hear you. Problem. But I mean, how was yours? I mean,
no,
before I even go, I think it's in order to wish the Muslim Ummah
very important.
Eid Mubarak, Barakat al-Salah, and most especially to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and his wife.
He prayed yesterday at the
State House, the forecourt, and that was another test of his level of tolerance. And that's one of the things.
I saw that Imam. I thought that Imam is a strong Bawumia.
I mean, to an extent of implying that he's not a Muslim.
Whoa.
And one of the things I've always maintained is, no matter what you think about another person, be careful how you judge their relationship with God.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason why what we have in our head cannot be seen by a mere mortal.
Right.
But our Creator knows what is in our hearts. And that's why we have prayers said out loud and we have silent prayers too. You don't know the person's relationship with his Maker.
Absolutely.
And we have to be toned down, especially for us, the Ummah, within the Ummah.
Right.
Because you know definitely that everything in all our dealings in our daily lives, and especially for religion that's big or near, you can't know what someone's intention is unless they tell you. So we need to be very measured and careful and stop playing God, stop playing Allah, stop playing our Maker. Because we are all just trying our best. You don't know what people are dealing with. You don't know what they say when they go to sujood, when they go to when they are praying. You don't know what they do. You don't know what they say to their Maker. So we need to tone down on some of these self-righteous comments and trying to play God. Because we are all, fundamentally seeking Jannah.
Yeah.
If you think you've made Jannah already, leave those of us appealing to our Maker to make Jannah. Because once you're a human being, that's why it's advised that when you are praying for forgiveness, or after reciting Astaghfirullah, you also appeal to your Maker to forgive you for the sins. There are some of the sins we commit knowing. There are some of the sins we commit not knowing. And there are even sins that are ahead of you. We are human. So that's why you're advised to pray against those you did unknowingly, those you did knowingly, and those that are ahead of you. Because once we interact with people, people provoke people, you get into situations and all that. But that is why we ask for that grace, that humility, that strength to be able to withstand the wrongs and always be on the right path. So Eid Mubarak to him again. Eid Mubarak to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and his wife, and Eid Mubarak to the whole Muslim Ummah. May the significance of this particular Eid guide all of us. It's fundamentally a festival of sacrifice, and that should also help us. And like Chief Imam said, the religious tolerance in this country is something that we should not take for granted. Yesterday you saw, and it's been happening, you saw people of all faiths joining, just as we also join our brothers and sisters in other faiths when they are celebrating or worshiping. And I mean, the interesting thing, someone was like, it's only eat meat that everybody feels entitled to. And that's the beauty of the tolerance. Nobody is saying, I'm not taking your meat because it's a Muslim's meat. And that's the thinking we all need to live with in this country. And tolerance is one of the fundamental things that enhances peace, that enhances unity. Right. And those are the things we need to aspire. I mean, we'll do our politics, but it must be guided by some of these things. And also look for what's the main reason for us getting into. It's because we want to make this country better. So it shouldn't degenerate into things that are not acceptable.
Also joining us this morning is a woman from the academic space. She's been teaching almost all her life, and she's rose to a professorship level, talking about the Benedicta Yaira Fosu Mensah, who is also a member of the NDC's communications team. She's also taking time off, just as with Laura, a very busy schedule to join us this morning. We're grateful, Prof. Thank you. And Eid Mubarak to you.
Thank you. And good morning to you and our cherished viewers, and to
good morning, Prof.
My good friend.
Yes.
She refused to give me some of her meat.
Prof, so this I must bring this meat. I will.
With the excuse that the place was fine.
I take full responsibility for this. Because Laura decided not to slaughter around because I had promised her that I'll bring a lot of meat. And now she's looking up to me and I've not delivered. That's why she's also not delivered.
That's why you are just holding the
Once Bright organizes the thing, everybody will be fine.
It is to last cook out.
Yes, we'll be fine. The meat will come. Do you prefer it fried or you want it raw? Hey,
or grilled?
Be careful. Just as it is slaughtered. Do you want just as it is slaughtered? Because I don't want to be misunderstood. Bro, I beg you. Do you want to just as it is slaughtered, or you want it fried?
No, you're not serious this morning.
We will suspend the conversation.
I know.
We must be careful.
Where is heading?
And it's too early, eh?
Very early.
So, Prof, please, you tell us how you want it, and Laura will deliver.
Okay, we will continue.
You taste the fried meat. Hey, top notch.
We will continue that.
We'll continue off air. Okay. Because somebody said, Prof is on Metro TV, say she wants raw meat or fried meat. I like that, Prof. Anyway, Prof, please go ahead.
Good morning to our cherished viewers and to all of you once again. To say happy celebration to all Muslims, the other to everyone. Well, as we are in the holy month of the other, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, in his message to all Muslims and to all Ghanaians, talked about the fact that we should embrace sacrifice as we are in a holy month, issue of compassion, issue of unity, and also service to humanity. I think Ghanaians, we would not take it for granted the fact that we've been living in harmony. For me, since I was born, Christians and Muslims have lived in harmony, and that is something that we would not take it for granted, because there are some few countries or few areas that you will sometimes find misunderstanding between Christians and Muslims. And so again, the sermon and the message of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is once again to remind us about the importance of coexistence, though we have different faith or different religion. And also just not to Muslims, but to all Christians and to Ghanaians in general, in the sense that if we talk about development, if we talk about good governance, we cannot carry out this when there is confusion, when there's conflict. We can only do this when there's unity and there's peace. And so we should not take the peace that we are enjoying for granted. And that is why every Ghanaian, whilst we preach peace, whilst we preach unity, we should also be measured in our utterances, because as human, we can all maybe in saying something, sometimes unintentionally, you will say something to hurt one person or another, and this can bring some form of misunderstanding. Over the few weeks or days, we've had instances where some people, through maybe communication, they say certain things that more or less one can see it as hate speech or hate comment. And these things, I think, as a people, we should all be measured in our communication, because sometimes just one word can throw a whole nation into chaos. Yeah. And so I would just want to use this platform once again to say that all communicators, whether on TV, on radio, or what have you, we should all be measured in whatever we say. Whilst we are on political platform trying to project our political parties, we should also be aware that before we became members of specific or respective party, we are Ghanaians. And so we should not just be talking about our party or our affiliation, but we should consider the fact that we are one people, we are one nation. And whatever we do, it should be to inspire others, it should be to encourage others, it should be to bring people together than to disintegrate people or to bring confusion into chaos. And so as we celebrate with the Muslims, I once again entreat all of us to say things that admonishes one another, things that encourages one another, things that will uplift the spirit of each other, and things that bring us together as Ghanaians and to unite this country. Because we cannot develop as a people if we say things that bring chaos, things that offend people, things that, you know, do not inspire or do not lift the spirit of people. And so I use this opportunity once again to say happy Eid al-Adha to all Muslims and to all Ghanaians. I say let's all work together to keep the peace that we are enjoying.
You know, it's as if the two of you are very familiar with what the papers are reporting this morning, because it resonates with a lot of things that you said this morning. But before we do that, there's a certain clarion call. Laura, maybe you and I would have to take this one up. There's a certain clarion call for Muslims to get a second holiday. Yesterday, my younger brother and also a very good friend, Umar Sanda of CTFM, we put something up on Facebook, and it's something that I know a lot of people can relate, you know, where I'll read it soon. But his point is that he spent almost the whole day slaughtering his animal. And by the time he was done, the day was over, everybody's tired, and so the distribution, which is a very important part of yesterday's festival, couldn't happen. And so he has to do it today. But the thing about it is that he also has to go to work. So, and you know how we like to supervise the distribution, because, oh, this one is for Laura, do it this way. This one is for Prof, do it that way. This one is this person, do it that way, you know. So oftentimes, the person who slaughters the ram oftentimes wants to be there whilst the distribution is being done, because of these reasons as I've just given. But he says, I can't do it because I have to come to work. Now, it then, for me, brings to the fore the amendment of the Public Holidays Act, which then has now given Muslims 2 more holidays for the other one, the previous one we did, which is usually preceded by either 29 or 30 days of fasting, and then we go to the mosque and pray and so on, and then we'll celebrate the following day, and then there's 1 more holiday. But this one, which is the Eid al-Adha, was not added to the list, or was not added to the holidays which was given, as was given in the in the other one, the one that precedes Ramadan. So there's a certain conversation which has already started on social media, and it's first time was triggered by Umar Sanda. He thinks that he went to the extent of saying he's begging, he's on his knees, that President Mahama must look at it. So we'll take a short. We're going to come over, read it, and tap your views. But it's also coming at a time when some people feel that we have too many holidays in Ghana, and so we must look at it. So it's a very interesting conversation. We'll do that just briefly, and then we'll move on. And there's something Laura has just I've also seen it on social media. I'll pick Laura's thoughts on that as well, and then from there we'll dovetail into the returnees, the saga of the returnees. Here I'm talking from South Africa, and how we can help them or we can support them to reintegrate into the Ghanaian society one more time. You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Please stay with us. You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. The show is also live on 94.1 FM. I'm here with Laura Musa Saka. She is a member of the MPP's communications team. Also here with us is Professor Benedicta Mensah-Fosu, Mensah-Fosu. She's a lecturer at University of Ghana, Legon, and also a member of the NDC's communications team. So this is the, you can call it the message which was put out by Umar Sanda Amadou. Now this is what he says. It says, Dear President John Dramani Mahama, it's 7 p.m. now, but we're still not done cutting the bull's meat into pieces. You know, it's a long and tedious job. We have not even finished cleaning the intestines and roasting the special parts, including the coveted male organ that looks like balls, but whose real name I'm shy to mention. The consequence of this is that we can't share the meat with our neighbors because time no day. We just have to put it in a deep freezer and leave to work in the morning. Mr. President, for the sake of God Almighty and Indewura Jakpa, this is where he gets myself and Laura, because they mentioned that he weak us. This is the name of Indewura Jakpa. Please add one extra holiday on Eid al-Adha, like you did for Muslims during Eid al-Fitr, because the work involved in the celebration is too much. Because of that, I can't even fry some of the special part of the bull and bring it to you tomorrow like I was planning because I have to go to work. I'll also tell my Christian friends that you are the reason I can't give them meat. Eid Mubarak. Is there really a valid and a legitimate grounds for another holiday to be granted Muslims on a day like this? Let me ask you, Laura, can you relate to what he's saying? What Sanda is saying?
It's dicey.
Right.
But on a lighter note, was that an excuse not to take me to his colleagues? Because as for Sanda, he can be mysterious.
No, he will do the needful.
Maybe it was an excuse not to take me to. But I mean, on a serious note, I'm not, like, I love holidays. Right. Because you work and when sometimes the only time you're able to take a break officially is when there's a holiday. But let's also look at it in the context of, should I say, our national economy, for lack of a better description.
And its impact?
Yes. Holidays come at a cost.
It does. Big time.
Holidays come at a huge cost.
And
if we are being very honest, most places have lost Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
Most people won't go to work today and tomorrow. That's being very, it's not official, but most people won't.
Just like with Christmas, the actual holidays on the 25th. There's the Christmas on the 25th, but somehow 26 has been added
yeah.
by convention. So most businesses don't ask their employees to come to work.
Because you also need to look at it in this context. Let's assume a holiday is Eid falls on a Tuesday. Because of its significance, just like Christmas, that has specific dates, you can't move them. You have to celebrate on that day. I mean, for holidays that are commemorative and nations have control over them, you can manage them. So we had holidays moved to Friday, so we don't lose weekdays, or we don't lose productive hours.
True.
But for the purposes of religious celebrations, it's difficult to move them.
Right.
So yes, this year, Eid al-Adha is Wednesday. So you still have, it's midweek.
Yeah.
You still have Thursday, Friday to still go to work. But if another holiday is added and it falls on a Friday.
It means Monday is a holiday.
Monday is a holiday. You know, so we need to, we've come far from not having
at all
holidays at all to having 3.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a conversation that we want to have. Or could we also look at the switch of giving the 2 days to Eid al-Adha and keeping the 1 day for Eid al-Fitr?
If we touch it, or we will, because you see, because of this perennial problem we've always had with when people start fasting and when they end. You know,
but
and how that affects how we celebrate
Moro,
it.
we also need to be very honest with ourselves. And I'm not an Islamic scholar,
Right.
and I don't pretend to be. It's based on what I have been taught and what I've read and how I also interpret some of these things. But Moro, we've come very far. Years back, it was sighting the moon physically.
Yeah.
Now, because of weather conditions and all that, there are all kinds of gadgets that are used to sight it. But if we are being very honest with ourselves, should it really be an issue when we start Ramadan? Should it really be an issue? Because sometimes you even start and you see the moon and you know that this moon is more than 3 days. We know these things. So these are conversations that we need to have honestly and frankly.
Laura, what I can tell you.
And not just tie it to holidays per se. But for Eid al-Adha, the only times you cannot, and I stand to be corrected, the only times you cannot slaughter is before Eid. The only time you cannot, and at night, and after the stipulated time of Eid. Why don't we have Eid prayers early?
In fact, it is held early.
Why don't you?
In some of the mosques, 7 a.m. they are done.
No, but where I prayed like this,
9 o'clock.
it was almost 9. You know, so why don't we have it early for Eid al-Adha? Eid al-Fitr you can delay.
Yeah.
You can even have it as at 9 a.m. Because usually people are tired the last 10 days of Tajud and all that. People get tired. So if you want to, but Eid al-Adha, apart from some people do the 10 days before
the fasting.
The fasting. Some also only do the day of Arafah.
Yeah.
I usually do just the day of Arafah. You know, so let's look at it. Let's have this conversation and not just put it in the context of only holidays.
Right.
I think it's we need to have a more creative way of dealing with some of these things rather than just tying it. No, but I mean, you reading Sanders' piece, I just thought it was a humorous piece. I thought it was just to make humor. But I mean, if it's a conversation that is coming up, let's look at it in a broader context, in a more creative
what I'll say is that both schools of thought have valid reasons. I think at the end of the day, the state would have to take a decision. Everybody's right, just as Laura has sort of put it, that it's a much more complex conversation for us now. It's not a neither or kind of thing. Somebody says, well, we need some more time because we have to share meat and blah, blah, blah. I get it. But somebody says you can make more efficient use of the day. Pray early, come home, slaughter, and share. You don't need 2 days to do this. That's a point as well. But whichever decision the state says, so let's go with this, I'm fine with it. I don't have a problem. If the state gives us one more, me and Laura, we're more than happy.
If the holiday comes, why not? But let's have
the
conversation
in the context.
Right.
You're talking about sharing meat.
Yeah.
Like she rightly said, it's about efficiency. What you make use of the time that you are allocated to. And then also looking at the cost of having a holiday.
Yeah.
We are in a nation that we really have a small economy. And so if people are supposed to work and we increase the number of holidays, all we are doing is that we are reducing our productivity.
That's true.
And hence the growth of the economy. So, well, I think it's an issue that we can look at, but I think as we move forward as a people, we should be talking about efficiency, what you make use of, the maybe 12 hours that is available to you. I was just really thinking in my mind that, well, if you think that the day is small, or I mean the number of hours given is not enough for you to carry out the activity you intend to do, why don't you start also preparing some of the activity ahead of time, a day, so that you can make use. I mean, for every celebration, there's always a lot of work to be done. It's just like somebody planning his or her wedding. I mean, the day of the event, sometimes the couples are so tired that there are times that joy and things is just really off because they've overstretched themselves trying to prepare for the event. So also with almost every other event. And so, well, talking about the fact that you do not have enough time to share the meat, I think he can maybe start planning some of the activity ahead
much
of time.
earlier.
To,
okay. So what? Yes.
You see, and we also find ourselves in a secular country.
Yeah.
I read a piece, I think UAE, when they did a calculation of the holidays in addition to some of their other religious holidays, they had about 9 days.
Okay.
In total for celebrations.
Okay.
You know,
it
has to be contextual and look at your circumstances.
I would want to see the number of holidays.
But Alfred says it's haram for us not giving him meat. So I push it to you.
Which Alfred?
Alfred Thompson.
Hey,
now it's gotten to haram level, so we are in trouble because haram is a big deal.
Alfred, Laura and I will deliver. You don't have a problem. Alfred Thompson, Laura and I, we promise you will deliver.
You realize that a lot of people are not receiving meat.
But I can't face the firing squad alone. Me and Laura, we will deliver.
He's running me. Haram is on another level.
Why are you can't leave me alone. Me and Laura, we will deliver the meat. Alfred,
oh God.
Rest assured. Do you like it?
Hey.
Okay.
Don't start.
So yes. I don't want to go there again. So what I'll do?
I don't know why.
What I'll do?
Why certain words are becoming haram?
Is the way we think in this country.
We think in this part of town. We have to be careful. Say, well, listen to what we say. Oh, good morning, guys. So
you have to find the context.
Look, the two of you have said it all. So I'm not even going to bother to read what the Daily Graphic, because it captures essentially almost everything that the papers have reported, you know. But it's a very interesting article. I just read it and I'll end it. And then Laura has some information, something that excites me, because many years ago, it was part of a certain crusade that she had launched herself and her friends to see her alma mater do certain things differently. And it appears that there's some progress. And so she'll share that with us when I'm done with the editorial of the Daily Graphic, and then we'll move to our next topic. Now, the Daily Graphic this morning says, Sacrifice of Self, the Enduring Lesson of Eid al-Adha. It's a very interesting piece, and I'll just take 4 paragraphs. It says, the national celebration of Eid al-Adha yesterday at Black Star Square in Accra carried a message that extends far beyond the Muslim community. In a sermon delivered through his spokesperson, Sheikh Armeya Shaibu, the national is actually Shuaib. I don't know why they keep doing Shaibu. It's Shuaib, but that's fine. It says that the national chief imam, Sheikh Osman Nuhu Shaributu, reminded the nation that the festival's essence lay in the sacrifice of self rather than the sacrifice for self. Now, the Chief Imam's reflection on the story of Prophet Ibrahim and his son Ismail distilled the festival to its core, unalloyed loyalty to the Almighty Allah, renewed faith, and absolute submission to divine will. Yet his exposition did not stop at ritual observance. He drew a sharp distinction between two kinds of sacrifice. The first, and the one to be emulated, is the sacrifice of self, giving up what is precious so that others may benefit. The second, which he cautioned against, is sacrifice of self, acts done solely for personal gain. Now, in a public life too often driven by self-interest, that distinction is worth pondering. The narrative of Ibrahim and Ismail also models patience, fortitude, and perseverance in the face of trial. These are not merely theological virtues, they are civic virtues. Ghana's progress depends on citizens and leaders willing to endure short-term discomforts for long-term national good, to stay the course on difficult reforms, and to place collective welfare above individual convenience. The willingness to sacrifice oneself is what transforms a collection of individuals into a functioning community. A society that truly honors God must also honor the vulnerable, protect the young, and uphold dignity in daily conduct. It is against this backdrop that the Chief Imam expresses concern over the erosion of respect for the elderly and obedience to parents. His words should not be dismissed as nostalgia. The decline of intergenerational respect corrodes the social fabric, weakens families, and undermines the transmission of values. If we are to reignite a culture of respect, it will require deliberate effort to home schools, media, and religious institutions. Tradition is not static, but it must not be abandoned without replacement. The Chief Imam also used the occasion to speak directly to national leadership, addressing President John Dramani Mahama, who attended the prayers. He called for loyalty to elected leadership and support for presidential efforts to succeed for the nation. This is not a call for blind allegiance, but for constructive citizenship. Now, since democracy functions best when citizens hold leaders accountable while also giving them the space and support to govern. Loyalty in this sense means commitment to the constitutional order and to common good, even amid political differences. His commendations for the president were specific and substantive. First, he thanked him for the seamless organization of this year's Hajj, noting that the reduction in fares and the absence of reported challenges reflected effective planning. Second, he praised Ghana's international advocacy on the transatlantic slave trade, commending the president for spearheading the campaign for recognition of the trade as crime against humanity and for seeking reparations. In doing so, he said the president has shown himself to be a true African who fights for all people. And then also he talked about visa, a fee-free e-visa for African passports and so on. He also called for interfaith tolerance. Ghana's reputation for religious coexistence is a national asset that must be guarded jealously. In a world where religion is often weaponized for division, our ability to pray side by side, to attend one another's festival, and to work together for the common good is a testimony to be preserved. Eid al-Adha is about sacrifice, but its true meaning is only revealed and realized when the sacrifice moves from the altar to daily life. If Ghanaian leaders and citizens alike embrace the sacrifice of self, prioritize patience and perseverance, restore respect for elders and parents, and deepen interfaith harmony, then the festival spirit will not end with the slaughtering of the ram. And I think, like I said, it essentially captures the fantastic submissions that the two of you have made today. But I just thought I should just wrap all of that up with this interesting editorial by today's daily graphic. There's something happening at Wesley Girls. Laura, what can you share with us?
I don't know how I missed this, but I just came across a post of Muslim girls in Wesley Girls being allowed to go for Eid prayers yesterday. And I think on this note of tolerance, religious tolerance, that's what has been the fight, not to, I mean, I don't want to use fight, but the advocacy. Yeah, advocacy. All this while, I don't want to use fight because it doesn't depict what the intention of this whole thing was. So the advocacy of pushing for religious tolerance. And I think that if the school allowed this, because this is from an individual old girl, but I can count more than 40 girls in this picture. And I think that if this is something the school has done, something that they need to put out for everybody to see. We've come a long way. And look, we find ourselves in an era where morality is becoming very expensive and very uncommon. So no matter the faith that your school is built on or your institution is built on, I think it's also a moral responsibility to make sure that, because what are we all serving? We're all serving our Creator. It's just in different ways or different modes of worship. I think it's also a responsibility on the school or the institution to make sure that the other people who don't subscribe to your mode of serving God also stick to what they are doing and do it right, so it doesn't have an adverse effect on what the teachings are. What are all these faiths teaching? Morality, discipline. And that is something that is becoming very rare among the young people in our country now, or in the world, to even put it in a broader context. So I think that if the school has done this and intends to continue with it, I think it's a step in the right direction for all what we've all been advocating for. And for Wesley Girls in particular, my alma mater, we pride ourselves to be the best. And I think that in some of these things, we also need to lead in the same spirit that we lead in everything that we do. I always tease my younger sisters that, look, even if Wesley Girls is first, your school will be, even Wesley Girls is at the bottom, your school will still be after it. That is the kind of pride we have with our school. So when you have some of these issues drawing our image back, and we take some of these decisions, I think there is decisions that the school should own it, unless it wasn't done for the sake of doing it. Maybe it was done under duress and they don't want to put that. But I think it's a step in the right direction. It's something that we should encourage. And I don't think taking the girls out did anything to what the school is founded on or what the beliefs of the school are. I'll be the last person to go against any girl who goes to the school and says, I won't participate in the schedule of the school. Going to church is part of the school. Having a hymn book is part of the schools. And having a Bible is part of the school's prospectus. So you can't go there and say, I won't abide by it. But once they have other faith, we need to, I think it's a responsibility to make sure that they also live by the tenets of their faith, so that the right things are done and the school can keep on being the best that it is. I think if the school really did this in it, they should put it out there themselves, and let's all applaud it.
Right. So kudos to Wesley Girls High School. It's progress. So it's highly commendable. Please keep it up. You can do more. Please do. You can do more. Please do. All right. So our brothers and sisters and friends who have been living in South Africa, but have also become victims of anti-immigrant protests, sporadic attacks, and so on and so forth, have finally been brought home. We're talking close to about 300 or so. I hope I got the number correctly. Yesterday we saw footages of some of the evacuees, as we have termed them, who have landed here in Ghana, and under the auspices of the government, of course, spearheaded by the Foreign Affairs Minister, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, whom I must say has done a good job. And it must be commended. Of course, the Chief of Staff, was also there to receive these, you can see that in your shots, to receive the evacuees. Now, today's Ghanaian Times is reporting by Cliff Ekofu that Joy and Relief, failed the air at the Accra International Airport yesterday as the first batch of 300 evacuees from South Africa returned home. Families, friends, and officials gathered in emotional scenes as the returnees stepped off the Ethiopian Airlines flight, escaping the wave of xenophobic violence that has gripped parts of South Africa. In a rare show of national honor, government officials mounted a warm ceremonial welcome, treating the survivors like heroes finally back on home soil. Among the tall list of dignitaries who welcome the returnees were the Chief of Staff, Mr. Julius Derba, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, the Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection, Agnes Nalati, as well as reps from the National Disaster Management Organization and the Ghana Immigration Service. Each of the returnees were taken through screening and checks to ensure their safety. And welcoming them home, Mr. Debra said that although the events in South Africa constituted a setback, they should not discourage the returnees. He stated that the government valued the lives of every Ghanaian, whether abroad or home, and would do everything possible to ensure that the returnees contributed their quota to national development. Mr. Debra added that the government would soon announce a comprehensive package to enable them to fully integrate into society. Mr. Ablakwa, on his part, called for calm hope and national solidarity following the return of Ghanaians evacuated from South Africa. He encouraged parents and students among the returnees to remain optimistic about the future, despite the distressing circumstances that led to the evacuation. I want to encourage our parents and students that now they are back home, they should remain hopeful and optimistic about the future. The minister added that difficult experiences could sometimes open new opportunities, stressing his belief that God opens new doors in unexpected ways. Mr. Ablakwa further assured the returnees of national support, stating that Ghana would always stand by its citizens wherever they find themselves. Some of the returnees expressed their profound appreciation to the government for the gesture. They also thanked all Ghanaians for the prayers and support throughout this difficult period. So they're back home. I think the most important thing is now, how do we make sure that they get their lives back? Some of them were told I've had to sell their organizations and companies and businesses very cheaply because they are not sure, they don't have any plans of going back to South Africa. Some came, had nothing. Some have also left their children have had to leave school because they've had to abandon school, even though they're almost at uni at different stages of educational, levels. And now they have to come back home and now have to start life all over again. So what can we do as a state to help them? Now we're told that all of them were given 5,000 cedis. We're given, a bag of rice, oil, and some more, like what we say, provisions, just for them to start life. And I think they also give mattresses, not mattress, but I think a blanket also, for persons who may not have a place to readily go and sleep. Or even if they do, there may not be enough space for them, so they will have to put a blanket there and sleep. So that is what we know for now. And we also saw a video of some of these returnees who actually showed us, some blisterings on their back. Apparently they were really, really physically tortured by some of these protesters, let me put it that way, or vigilante groups. It was quite an eyesore. Let me start with you, Prof. Prof, what do you make of, first of all, the intervention that the state has made in bringing them down to Ghana, 300 of them? I'm sure you've heard some of the harrowing experiences that they have been sharing, and the fact that we're giving them some goodies, and government says there's something big in the pipeline to try and help them to, to start their lives again in Ghana.
Well, I would start by... And
in all of this, the minority, I've heard Samuel Abujinapo, and also the likes of OPK Davis Opoku-Ansah, who are of the opinion that this evacuation should have happened a long time ago, and that I think it was a tad too late. It was a tad late. I don't know how to put it. Yes. So the lateness matter was said by Samuel Abujinapo, but in the case of Davis Opoku-Ansah, both of whom are on the Foreign Affairs Committee, he said it was a good job. The government has done a good job. So you can put all of that together.
You see, when there is an issue, a national issue, and people want to politicize it, makes nonsense of the whole issue. And I don't expect Abujinapo to even make that comment, because this is not the first time xenophobic attack happened in South Africa. During their regime, it happened. They evacuate the people. So we should not go there. And I wouldn't want to even go that angle. So as a politician, I don't expect that from him. When somebody is doing something and it is good, what we can do as a country is to commend the person, to encourage the person, so the person can do more.
Regardless of political differences?
regardless of the political differences. But when you want to throw another angle just to get headline, media headline or recognition, I don't think it solves any problem or it provides solution to the problem at hand. I want to use this media to commend His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and also the sector minister for the good job they have done. Every Ghanaian abroad, whether registered or unregistered, or have documents or not, need dignity, need protection from any form of harm. And for me, when I saw the videos circulating on social media, it's really touched my heart, and it's quite disheartening that this is happening in Africa. Africans have always complained of being marginalized, especially those of us who have traveled before. There are times we talk about racism. We talk about the fact that, you know, when you are in a class with this white, some of their comments makes us quite inferior. And we've always criticized the Western world for that. Not too long ago, we were talking about slavery and talked about the fact that they've not treated Africa well, the way they took people into captivity and treated them. But here we are, on the same continent. And we are trying to disintegrate ourselves. We are attacking each other because we feel that foreigners have come in and they are taking what we think are for us. I don't think that is something that, as Africans, we should encourage. You know, just this morning, I was just asking myself, what would Kwame Nkrumah say if he was alive today? And I'm sure I wouldn't want to even say it, but you know, people will always say that, look, by now he's turning in his grave, because these were great men who fought for Africa, not just Ghana. And he made a statement during the speech in, 1997, when we had independence. He says what? That the freedom of Ghana is meaningless unless it is connected to the total liberation of Africa. So Kwame Nkrumah did not fight for Ghana alone, but he was fighting for Africa and the freedom of all countries within Africa, or like Africa in general. Total liberation of Africa. I mean, sometimes you look at South Africa and you say that if anybody should attack any African, the last people we should expect, it should be South Africa. Because most African countries rally behind South Africa during the apartheid regime. I remember, in the 80s when Nelson Mandela was released from prison, it was like some presidential election that Ghana won. I remember vividly the joy and the celebration here in Ghana, because a leader in another country was released from prison, and his crime at that time was because he was fighting for the liberation of his country. And it wasn't only Nelson Mandela who was fighting for total liberation of South Africa, but other African leaders joined in this fight. And today, well, we cannot also make that general statement that South Africans are attacking foreigners. They are just maybe a group of people who are going around doing that. But the whole thing is so barbaric. It is unthinkable. These are, I would say, they are foreign policy issues that governments or heads of countries should really look at, and especially African Union. I've always been asking myself, what has African Union done so far as these attacks are concerned? I know other countries, we are hearing that there is a counter-attack of also South Africa citizens. And how would it look at? How would it be if Africans are attacking each other because we feel that other foreigners have come in, they are taking our jobs? Look, sadly, when you go into these things, some of these groups who are even attacking foreigners, sometimes these foreigners are occupying jobs or positions that these foreigners probably are not even qualified to have even carried out that. Because if, for example, there is a position in another country, it's advertised, and everybody applies, a foreigner wins. The foreigner gets that job not because he's a foreigner, but because there are other people who applied but were not as qualified as the foreigner to have taken that position. And so for people to think that foreigners have come and they are taking their jobs, and for that matter are taking, I think it's barbaric and we all condemn it. But for our leadership, or His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and Ablakwa, then what they have done is phenomenal, and we really say kudos to them for that, because we've had these instances over the years, but we did not, go a little further by trying to evacuate our people from South Africa. For them to have done this, I say kudos. But then the issue is not just an evacuation, as we rightly said. There are people who have lived there 20 years, some 30 years, and others more. And they have left everything behind. And you just mentioned the fact that some people have to even sell out their company or probably their property because they really don't even intend to go back there. So how did they come back to start life? The whole thing maybe looks more like you are in the middle of a conflict and you have to move. Most often you are just thinking about your life and not really the property and things that you have there. You have to integrate. Well, I would say that whilst the government have plan of supporting these individuals, they have done so by, as you rightly said, some monies have been given, some provisions have been given to these individuals. But I think as citizens, we all need to come on board to support these individuals. If you know somebody within your community or within your area, or a family member that have come, I think we should all support these individuals to settle, to reintegrate, especially the students. I mean, I can just imagine in the middle of a semester or in the middle of an academic year, and you have to be, leave your school and move to another location altogether. Sometimes you are either repeated, you have to repeat the course, and in this case, if you're a student, let's say you are doing your degree and you have to come to Ghana, how do you even integrate into the universities here in Ghana? It's a whole lot of things. So I will say that as citizens, we all need to support these individuals, because it could be us, it could be any member of our family caught up in this. So we should all come on board. But once again, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has proven that he's a good leader. It's not just a leader, just make words or just utter words without action. He has indeed shown that action sometimes are stronger than words, and he's moved a little further or a step further to bring these individuals. I know he would not just bring them down and leave them, but would also have plans, and in the coming days, these plans will be outlined how to help this individual to settle and to reintegrate into the system.
Laura, they're back.
Watching the videos and listening to some of the comments by some South Africans, it's quite disheartening. But also, you also go in further and realize that, look, all these things happening is what in psychology or in sociology we call displacement and scapegoating.
Okay.
They are just displacing their anger on a lesser authority.
You mean the agitated
South Africans? Yes. What are the issues that they are fighting? Unemployment, distress, and all that.
Yes.
Are your fellow Africans the ones responsible for those issues.
So quickly, there's a misdiagnosis of the problem.
And you see, the other thing too is that
they've
how
misdiagnosed their problem.
I mean, they've gone through apartheid. I mean, almost the whole of Africa was supported them.
Yeah.
Especially Ghana.
Yeah.
You know, so if you have unmet promises post-apartheid, it's not other African countries that you should be displacing your anger, your frustration on, or scapegoating. They should have the real conversation amongst them. But you see, usually, when people have some of these stressful issues and post the issue, they feel like the promises are unmet. It also breeds some level of cognitive dissonance.
Right.
And that is what we are seeing fundamentally in South Africa. Today, 300 Ghanaians are back to Ghana. Do 300 South Africans have jobs?
That's a very interesting question.
So they are just displacing and scapegoating innocent people. And that is something they should have. And what they are doing makes nonsense of what we, African free trade, makes nonsense of Agenda 2063 of AU. How did AU start? Organization of African Unity, OAU.
Yeah.
Now we are at AU. You are doing this. And one of the things I've been asking myself, and I don't know if there's any reportage of any of these perpetrators being arrested and punished by the authorities of South Africa. Is there any report on any of these faces shamelessly showing themselves on videos? I saw one that really took me. A man saying, more like advising a fellow African who was actually a business owner, not a Ghanaian. The one I saw was not even a Ghanaian. More like leave before, was it 1st June or something?
Yes.
Else you can't blame us. How does a normal person, you think about all this and you realize that yes, mental health is real. Because it just doesn't add up. Should face their issues and stop displacing on the scale. But let's come to, when I saw the video of the welcome packages for our brothers and sisters, our mothers and fathers who were brought in yesterday, and I was seeing the videos
the point you raised about the fact that, interestingly, we haven't seen any arrests being, effected to basically prove to all of us that the state does not sanction this. It is the reason why some people are very, very sure and certain that this is a state-sponsored activity.
Yeah, because you can't say you are taking care of it and nobody's been
arrested, because we've seen the people, we've seen the videos, we know their faces, and nobody's been arrested yet. And if there's anybody who has any counter information or counter evidence that some people have been arrested, we are more than happy to see it. But for now, we don't have any information that some people have been arrested. So it raises or it begs the question: is the state in collusion with what's these protesters?
The other thing that also got me really agitated was when they were saying most of them are illegal. No, even if the person is living illegally, you hand them to immigration.
The South
authorities.
African...
You don't name them like what they've done to. I saw a video this morning of a woman fighting for her life. Badly wounded. Why?
It's in the papers.
Why should human beings do this to fellow human beings?
It's in the papers. I'll look at it.
So I think that they need to look, and I think the South African authorities also need to be honest in the situation. Yes, you are deploying security and all that, and the security hasn't apprehended anybody. If they have done it, let us know. Probably we are in Ghana, we only hear narratives about Ghanaians. But there's nobody, and they are boldly. One lady's video I saw yesterday had the audacity to say Ghana is reacting, overreacting.
Yes.
How can a normal human being even say this? So we should wait for you to kill all of them.
So here's it. Ghanaian hairdresser severely injured in SA as violent manhunt escalates. That's the one you're talking about.
So from the data that has been given, 800 people have registered. And that was the time I chanced on an interview with the High Commissioner there. He said there were over 15,000. And another Ghanaian resident was also debating that there are more than 500,000.
Who want to return home?
No, in South Africa.
Oh, you mean the Ghanaian population in South Africa?
The High Commissioner said about 15,000. Then the guy was debating, and he happens to be one of the leaders of the Ghanaian community in all that. So if we have 800 people registering to come home, 300 are already in. The rest, what are we putting in place?
Do you know why there are these discrepancies?
No.
You know, oftentimes when we travel, the standard practice.
Go and report to
let the Ghana embassy or High Commission know that you're in town. But most of us don't.
But I also, majority of us don't do it.
So then
it's like I'm there for my own business. I'm not there for government business.
Exactly.
But I also think that we also need to look at it.
In fact, it must
how do you the mode of doing this reporting?
I agree.
If it's a message, you can send, because if you find yourself not in the capital where most high commissions and embassies find themselves, so we need to look at that, the mode of also reporting. Is it a message you can send or an email you can send? Maybe it's there. I'm not really vested in some of these things, but I think that if 800 people have registered to come, 300.
I think that it must be part of the immigration formalities. As soon as you arrive there, they must ensure that they take you somewhere very right and say, I'm in town.
But you see, for me, it's not an issue of how many Ghanaians are there.
Okay.
There is an issue. We are evacuating our nationals.
Yes.
So as a Ghanaian, they're caught up in the middle of conflict. The first place to seek refuge is your embassy.
But you see,
here is the case. They are saying that about 15,000.
Yes.
Some numbers are saying 20,000, 15,000.
Yes.
But as at now, you know, the issue of evacuation, you can't force people.
Oh no, Prof. Don't get us wrong.
Nobody. My point is that yes, there may be more Ghanaians there.
Yes. Prof, can I talk now?
Yes.
Prof, can I talk now?
I've been talking for a while.
Oh no. Sister. You made her national.
When did you become this mysterious?
No, but maybe you would have to make us understand why it is important for us to have the right data of Ghanaians.
I mean, if we are even going back,
yes,
this issue has been there.
Yeah.
As far back as the 90s.
Of course.
When you look at the data, but not on the scale
at which it is now.
It is now. Probably it has always been like that, but social media wasn't that prevalent, so we're not seeing it.
Yeah.
But I shudder to believe that it's been like this. But whichever
you mean this one is a different scale and
where we are now, why are we evacuating Ghanaians? Because it's the responsibility of government to make sure that citizens in and outside are safe.
Yes.
That's why we have commissioners and ambassadors that are paid with taxpayers' money with staff in those countries.
Yeah.
So let's use the official figure of the High Commission. That's about 15,000. 800 have registered to
be elected. Okay.
300 are already in. And yesterday when I saw the videos of the Ghana Must Go, all I could say to myself is that's ironic. Because it's happened before.
Yeah.
That's how come we have the name of those bags.
Yeah.
You know? So having those welcome packages being in that bag was quite ironic. So those who can't come, or those who feel safe now, I believe those who are suffering it at a point also felt safe. So those left, so if we use even the 50,000, that's 4,200 people, 14,200 people that are assumed to have been left there. What diplomatic channels are we using to make sure that they also don't feel unsafe months or years to come?
Yeah.
That is where I'm coming from. Then when it also comes to the evacuation of them, 300 are in, 500 more are expected. There were delays. Yes, those delays must be explained. There's no hard and fast rule about it. Why the delay? A decision was taken, a time was given, we didn't meet that timeline. There should be an explanation to that. But on the back of that, those who are coming in, the orientation, the promises that have been made. Yesterday I think on TV3,
okay,
their 9th show.
Okay. The 10 p.m. one?
Yes, I overheard one of the people was coming and said, Omusi Ombema Ejuma.
Okay.
You get it? Ejuma no is also not available. So what kind of orientation are we giving those we are bringing back? Has government promised them jobs? Yes, they have to be reintegrated. I'm sure some have been out there for a very long time. They have to be reintegrated. What are the specific promises we are making to them that is making them register to come back? Have we promised them jobs? Have we promised them homes? Have we promised them a certain level of support? Those ones have to be clear.
Yeah.
So that nobody comes in thinking, say, Omusi Ombema Ejuma, then 3 months, 4 months, 6 months down the line, Ejuma ne Mai, and we are having agitations on our hands. Because obviously, this is not something that was budgeted for. It's more like an emergency situation. And there's nothing wrong with going to the aid of citizens when they are in need. Yeah. That's the responsibility of government. That is why we have a state. So there's nothing wrong with it. But let's be very clear. The government needs to be very clear on what they are promising these brothers and sisters, our mothers and fathers who are coming back. So that down the line we don't have people disenchanted and behaving as in what? Like what should I say even brothers and sisters? Because they are not behaving as such. These South Africans are behaving the way they are behaving. Let's weigh all those things and have a clear path as to what they are in, what they can get and what they cannot get. Because once you cite the person that member with Juma, then it doesn't come.
Right.
You haven't fulfilled your promise.
Absolutely.
So let's be clear on it. I've seen a couple of things that has been said. Some of these things, and I think the best place some of these things can be explained is in Parliament. I think it would be fair for the Minister of Foreign Affairs, if he has already not planned to do that, or Parliament already hasn't called for that. I think it's just right for those things done so that we can all be on the same page. And one of the conversations that will come up when all this is done is the cost. It will come up. And I think it's something that also we need to keep an eye on. But welcome to those who've been brought so far. And we hope that those remaining will also come back safely and integrate properly. And those who are still there. But the question is, have 300 South Africans gotten jobs? Will 800 South Africans get jobs when the 800 Ghanaians finally make it home?
Well, it doesn't look like that's why I'm saying that when you believe you have a problem and you misdiagnose it, you will also proffer the wrong solutions. You see, the South Africans must know that the white people have taken all their jobs. And I'm not saying they should go after whites as well, but I'm saying that it is because some of the people have decided not to take up those businesses. Those whites have taken them up and they're running it, but they are at the commanding heights of the South African business. What they must do is to up their game and also get into proper business and get their people employed. If you want to be going after Ghanaians who are doing hairdressing and barbering people and selling some things and say they are
And the irony is that most of them are entrepreneurial ventures. So how do you take someone's business when they leave?
Now the man has sold his business. The person he has sold his business to, for all you know, it's not even a... Yes.
Because if it's about jobs, then you should be partnering with these people to build up their businesses and they can employ more people.
Just before you come, Prof, just because for me, as for the people, the reasons why they are going after their fellow Africans and things, we've all condemned it. And we also know how this has impacted on them adversely. I'm talking about the Ghanaians who have just returned. But we are more interested in how we can make their lives comfortable. And I'm using comfortable here advisedly because how much comfort can you give to somebody who has just returned? But it appears that we've started on a certain note. I want you to watch this video, how the government has started.
No SARS. Ibia wa ha. NDC amami bibia. What you say? Niema bebre wo. Missy council 5,000 wa ha no say. 5,000 no ho. Men challenge you pa me ni natural way and a lot of fair. 5,000 ankasa o bag ni. Inti no papa medana say meda from legislature, judiciary and executive. Omo nyina no omo wo cabinet no omo boa cabinet no e ma o man ni tumi tumpon enze bro e honum dis see asay e honum asay nti wan kasa hwe se ne ane ma koso South Africa na obeka so betu anamu akọ South Africa enemre pa dia na ni wan kasa ompe wonkwa because ya ye wo ho krampo ye adwane aba na wo ha no se opese wokọ and he said where to a wise is enough me ni ametumi aka kire wa me nka bebre ba se yesi koto pani moja dodo I den show frame man.
Yes, so this is evidence of what has been given them since they returned. Is it a good start, Prof? Rice, oil, some provisions.
It's a fantastic.
In 5,000 cities.
Fantastic start.
Okay.
You know, these are people caught in conflict.
Yeah.
I will not say it's a war, but once they are being attacked, it's like
you
have to leave.
Conflict,
you have to leave everything. I wonder if people even had time to be able to withdraw their savings or whatever they have.
Yes.
But you have come and at least you need to eat something. You need to have something on you whilst you try to find yourself, integrated into the system. And so having given them this package, for me, I think the government have done exceedingly well. You see, the conversation should not be that government have promised them job, and so they should come clear so that after 3 years, after 3 months, 4 months, people will not come and like, you have deceived us. For government to have brought them to Ghana, the promise was not come to Ghana so I will give you a job. That wasn't the issue. And I think we need to separate these things. Because as we are talking now, there are thousands of graduates who have been in the house for 2-3 years, and others will be completing this year. Thousands more will be finishing their national service this year, and they will be adding to the unemployed graduates. Not just graduates, but other Ghanaians who are also looking for jobs. So the fact that people have been evacuated from South Africa because of what was happening there does not mean that you come and government to say, okay, you come, we are employing you into this ministry, we are giving you that. There are people who are living here in Ghana and do not have a job. But the issue is about survival. You are under attack. Let's first save your life, and then we can then see how best we can help you to integrate. So people, again, as I said, this is a national issue. Yeah. Let's not politicize it. Government have promised them job. Okay, 3-4 months down the line, let's see how many people are employed. Remember, there are a lot of youth who are also still looking for jobs here. So for me, let's not bring this issue of they have promised them jobs. Okay. So whether they will get jobs or not. That is not the point. People were under distress. People needed help. Governments have come in to bring them back home. Okay. But then it is not just enough to bring you down, but let's see how best we can help you for you to settle. They've started at least giving them some money. Look, there are women out there this morning. There are people in their homes looking for 500 Ghana cedis to start a business, 2,000 to start a business. So for government to have been giving somebody 5,000, that is enough to start something. You do not need a lot of capital to start something. Partly something to start something with, and then it can grow. So for me, as I said, the conversation should not be what has government promised? Is government able to deliver on its promise? In 3 months, let's come and ask government, how many people have we employed? I don't think that is the conversation. People and
Prof, I think.
Do you feel you've misunderstood?
No. It's not a matter of you being there. I understand why Prof is defensive when I mentioned jobs, because they came on the back of jobs and they haven't done it. So I can understand.
No, you see,
but don't twist the conversation. Don't twist the conversation as if some promises haven't been made to the evacuees. Let's know. You need to ask.
The thing is, it is true that some promises have been made.
Yes,
it's the nature of the promise. What I've heard government, in fact, I read in the papers where the government says, there's a comprehensive package we're putting together for you. We don't know the details of that. But I haven't heard anybody say, come and let's give you a job.
That's what I'm saying. That it will be so weird for government to say that.
Because
we are bringing you, so we'll give you jobs. Because there are a lot of you, Prof, who are also looking for jobs.
She knows that.
So my point is that, no, let me land, and then you come in. If government says that we have a package for you, the package could be, one, you have come. You are business men and women. Maybe you do not even have any money on you. So we'll give you some small startup capital for you to start something. You have come with your children. They were schooling. Now they have come. They need to integrate. So what will the Minister of Education do to make sure that these individuals, are easily integrated into our university or our secondary system or our...
No, Prof, I'm saying that instead of second guessing what the government is saying, why don't we wait and see?
That is why I'm saying yes. So that is why I'm saying that. So, we should not, start the conversation of, government is promising them jobs. So after 3 months, government should come and tell us how many people they have employed. Because, of course, there are a lot of youth here without jobs.
Yes, that's
so true. It is not about come and let's give you jobs. But we are talking about your safety, your survival.
Right.
You are being attacked. Government is like, come, we want to protect. Because it's the responsibility of every state to protect its citizens. And that's why we have ambassadors there. We have embassies there. So in case there's a problem, the first point of call is the embassy for protection. So I'm saying that we should not shift the conversation towards government are promising a package including jobs. Because there are still a lot of people without jobs here. And so if government have not given them 5,000, as I said, for me 5,000 is enough for, let's say, a hairdresser who was there and has now come to Ghana to start a business. Because hairdressing business, you don't need so much to start. You can start small.
In fact, the 5,000 which has been given them is not necessarily for them to start a job.
I'm just giving as an example.
Yeah, that if the person wants to start a job with the 5,000,
you can start something. Because, look, there are women who are selling ice water.
I know.
They need 2,000 Ghana cedis to start a business. And so for me, as I said, 5,000, I am not saying it is enough for them to settle.
But it's a good start. You're saying
it's a good start.
Okay.
At least for them to settle and then get themselves integrated into the system.
Laura.
Yes.
I said I can understand Prof's agitation because I gave the example of hearing someone saying, you get it. And what did I say in addition? Government needs to be clear on what these people have been told. Okay. So down the line, we don't have agitations as to what you promised us and all that. But Prof thinking that, they came on the back of jobs and they haven't delivered, she'll be agitated. Prof is talking about a hairdresser needing 500 cedis this morning to do something. You promised women's banking. You haven't fulfilled it. So all those things are there. So on the back of your unfulfilled promises, we have fellow Ghanaians coming in and they are being made certain promises. What are the promises? What the packages they are giving? At least the gentleman has been kind enough to show us, all we saw was a Ghana must go back. But he's been kind enough to show us what is in, what has been given, the money he has been given. In addition to that, the integration. Maybe the person I heard's understanding of the integration is Omubema Ejuma. Maybe that is not what government needs. So all these things need to be laid bare so we know. But Prof getting agitated about the fact that nobody has promised any jobs. I think that she needs to really engage her people to understand what they've asked, what they promised our fellow Ghanaians, and as to what we should expect. So don't be agitated by the example of someone saying Omubema Ejuma. Let's look at the issue in the broader context. I know what your discomfort is because your promises haven't been fulfilled. And you know, they have this very nice, disingenuous way of saying, don't let us politicize it. What is politicization of what I said here?
But what I'm trying
what
to say
is the politicization? You see, but when it's them, when they are packaged to the wall, suddenly don't politicize it. Imagine what Prof would have said if this was happening under Akufo-Addo. Yesterday, I don't know. I don't know whether I should cry or laugh. Someone saying that if it was President Akufo-Addo's time, he would have what? He wouldn't have brought them back. How do you even sit there? But that mentality that they had then is the same. You see, the case of the Etuchatri, because of how they came into government, even when you say A, because they did A, B, C, D, they think you are ending at D. So they quickly jump in, even when you haven't mentioned C, A, B, C, D. You see how shadows that are chasing them. But the point is, what is happening is not acceptable. What are the diplomatic measures being put in place to make sure that this doesn't happen again? And again, yes, they made some giving, I don't know, should I say reports? Reported South Africa to AU. What has happened to it? What is it? Because this whole thing makes nonsense of Agenda 2063. But in all this, what are the expectations that these people need to have? The real expectations that these fellow Ghanaians need to have. The government must be transparent and let us know. So that if someone gets up tomorrow. So if I knew or government had been transparent, when I heard that the man say Omubema Ejuma, I won't even pay attention to it because that is not what government has said. But what is the integration package? Yes, we've seen the package you've given them, but what is the integration package? And then don't let us make it seem as if it's it's government responsibility to make sure that all of us are safe. You know, so don't
maybe the person who said almost Omubema Ejuma no.
Maybe that's the understanding of the integration.
Maybe the person should have told us. Who told them?
That's Omubema. Well, so
and what exactly the person
that is where the government needs to be
because
clear on what they are giving
us. Now, will be difficult.
Come again.
Ejuma matter now. Especially when you look at the team of unemployed youth who haven't found jobs.
Of course. Apart from unemployment, there's unemployment, there's underemployment.
Yes, but you see, Laura is also raising a very valid issue. In fact, I haven't heard her say that she's heard government say she should give anybody a job.
They said we are providing a job,
no, she said
government should come clear.
No, Prof. What she's saying is
I said Prof is uncomfortable with the mention of jobs.
Yes.
So she will not listen to what I said.
Yes, I wouldn't want you to put that narrative.
Government is haunting her. 24-hour economy is haunting her. Women's banking is haunting her. So when she hears jobs, she goes,
So what I'm saying is, Laura, what I'm saying is this. When you hear a returnee say Abaini say Omubema Ejuma, every well-meaning Ghanaian must ask, is it true somebody has told this person they'll give them a job? And if they'll give them a job, we have to be careful because we all know the situation we find ourselves in. And you agree with her. So she's only making those statements in reaction or following the statement which was made by one of the guys who returned.
The context.
What context?
Oh no, the person was very direct. The person said, "Abaini si Omubema Ejuma."
The context in which she kept it.
She narrative is like
the way she went about the government officials say.
Hey, so she's
sitting here. Did I say?
I said no. Let's not.
Okay.
That should not be the
narrative. She said she heard it from a returnee.
Trump doesn't want to hear
as if you
see, I didn't even say government from the men. Also, that. So that is where your point of why say comes in.
Yes.
You get it?
Yes.
But because Prof doesn't even want to hear jobs because of what is haunting them. Oh, she doesn't want to hear jobs.
But they came on the blueprint of dealing with jobs. But of course, it's only 1 year. 1 year, 4 months. Oh, come on.
No, we are in what?
We're in June 2026.
I don't know. When did they take over?
May 2026.
When did they take over?
Do you know the number of people
January.
who have gotten jobs?
2025 was how many months?
January.
2025 was how many months?
2025 is 12 months.
May's month was.
So 16, 16
you don't need
what?
to
17.
Oh, 16.
No,
We're still in May,
17.
we're still in
Today
May.
is 28 May.
Oh, 17th. Okay, 17 months. It's enough to create jobs for everybody.
I don't know. I'm not saying it's enough to
They
create
have
jobs. It's enough to implement your flagship
But
policies.
Prof,
What is
you know
she
what?
talking about?
Let's not split hairs over this.
You understand
She has
because the mention of jobs just makes it uncomfortable.
She has just clarified that
it makes you
somebody said
uncomfortable.
something. It is
Because
based
that
on the
was your
statement the
flagship
person
policy.
made that she wants to ask the government, tell these people that you want to give them a job. And then
I'm
let's be
saying
careful.
that.
Please,
Now
can
she's
we know
clarified.
the package
So she said it's
that
not coming
they
from the
have
government.
told
So
you?
I think we can
I didn't say government.
It's
I
coming
said
from the government.
almost say.
Why is Laura concerned about package? The government did not bring the people because he has package to give.
Oh, no, the government
I think you are out of touch with your government.
I think the narration.
They better give you your
we have a
appointment early because you are out
comprehensive
of
package
touch.
for you. So wait.
When is your appointment coming? Because you seem to be out
Why?
of touch.
Why do you want her to get that? She's happy
Oh,
to
no,
be
but
teaching.
Prof has worked really hard.
The issue
We've
is that
been here with her all these years.
were caught up in conflict.
Yes.
And government went to their aid to evacuate them.
Yes.
Let's not put the package ahead of
The government has
what
offered
government
a
The government
package.
has announced it.
You're out of touch
There's
with
a
your government.
comprehensive package.
You are not also
Maybe you
getting-
should be advising your government that they shouldn't talk about it.
You shouldn't be interested in what package the
What I
government.
am saying
I
is
shouldn't
that
be interested.
you see what
taxpayers'
people are
money.
or what Lola
Listen to
is
taxpayers'
making it
money.
Let's
look
listen to
as
Prof.
if
Maybe
it's
we're
that,
not. Maybe we don't.
The government is coercing people to come because government has.
Oh, not at all. Not
Prof,
at
now
all.
you are stretching the
What I am
conversation.
saying.
Now
No,
you
not
are
at all.
stretching the
Not at all.
conversation.
Because she kept on saying that
Now you
government
are
has
putting
given-
words
has
in
said
my-
he's
now you are
given
saying
them
what
what
she
they
just
have gotten,
clarified.
so they should
She
come
just
and tell us
clarified.
what.
No, listen, I'm telling you,
No.
the mention of jobs has just thrown Prof off.
No,
That's the only thing she heard.
Prof,
All the things I said, that's the only thing Prof heard.
Prof misunderstood.
But
you.
Prof,
But now I think there's
Prof,
clarity.
I think you need to get closer to government. I know your appointment hasn't come, but I pray it's on the way. But I think you need to get in
Just for the
touch
fact that the
with.
whole
You need
country
to
has
get in
become
touch.
a construction site, a lot of people have been employed. Just recently, you heard the number of nurses that have been cleared to be employed, the number of teachers. There are going to be more hospital built. That will bring a lot of employment. The 1 million coders program have just been launched, and that again is going to get a lot of people being employed. For 8 years, people have been in power, and we saw unemployment, the percentage of unemployed people, whether increases. So when we talk about employment, I think you are not the right people to criticize NDC that we are not rolling out our flagship program.
Then you had then you had no rights.
We have a
talking
lot
during
of-
opposition. When you say this, you see, and that's not a democratic mentality. To say that you don't have any right. Why we suddenly cease to be Ghanaians because we're in opposition.
Yes,
And
you are
do-
saying
you are
that
mentioning
because
1
you have-
million coders program. 1 million
talked
coders
about
program that
unemployed,
now people are
employment.
saying that the program is actually a Google program and all that. I'll send you the video of a young guy. I saw the video on TikTok and we are talking about one question. We can also talk about NEP, you start and all that. But the fundamental thing is you made promises.
Okay.
Your flagship was
So
policy was
for
on jobs.
promises.
1, 2, 3. So today you come and tell me that nurses are being employed. Nurses and teachers are always employed.
yes.
But your flagship 24-hour 1, 2, 3 shift was not built on the back of nurses and teachers. So you don't sit down here and tell me that because nurses have been cleared, nurses are cleared to who is the first employer of who is the first employer of nurses and teachers? It's the government. It's the state.
Prof, let's overstretch this. Let's
God
overstretch this.
doesn't want to hear jobs unsettled here. So that's the only thing. Let's
No, and
agree.
she's telling you it is not true.
Look at where she's taking the whole
because some
conversation.
efforts have been made. It may not be enough, but she's saying it's not for lack of effort.
How a flagship program after 17 months hasn't been.
We are here to
Prof knows that they need to
investigate
come.
You do what? The meet. For us, when the meet, it will come.
So let me. I have an announcement from the office of the registrar of companies.
You roll out yours. Remember,
Let me just do this.
Whether fresh, grilled or raw, it will
Ladies, I
come.
beg you. Ladies, I beg you. Let me do this. Now, the Office of the Registrar of Companies wishes to inform all companies, business owners, and the general public that the deadline for filing annual returns and renewing business names has been extended from 30th April 2026 to 30th June 2026. Now, this extension is meant to give businesses additional time to regularize their status and also avoid penalties. Failure to comply to the new deadline may attract sanctions, including additional fees and possible removal from the Companies Act, for a company's register. Additionally, the ORS has announced that 318 companies have been earmarked to be struck off the register in accordance with the Companies Act 2019. Affected companies have 3 months from the publication date to take action or make representatives. For further inquiries, clarifications, or obtain a copy, kindly reach our call center on 0308 249 841 or WhatsApp Telegram 059952 5774 or connect with us on social media ORC Ghana, that is at ORC Ghana. ORC, a trusted partner for business. I also have this very, very, very important announcement from Zoom Lion Ghana. Let me just please put it up on the screens if it is ready so that I can read it now. Okay. Kiki, is it ready? Okay. Right. So Zoom Lion has a very important announcement to make. I want to do this. So, yes. So it says press statement for immediate release. Zoom Lion responds to Auditor General's findings of cleaning services. Now, let me just do this. Now, management of Zoom Lion Ghana Limited, and this was released just today, yesterday, May 27, 2026. Now, management of Zoom Lion Ghana Limited has seen media reports of the Auditor General's findings alleging duplication of labor charges, undefined services, cost heads, and lack of itemized bills of quantities and invoices for cleaning and vector control services at the 13th African Games. We completely refute these allegations as untrue. The findings misinterpret operational reality, ignore the distinct scope of services provided under the separate contracts, and overlook the fact that all supporting documents were already available to the Auditor General at the material time. Number one, no duplication, 2 different services. The report wrongly mixes vector control services, which is fogging, mosquito control, with the janitorial services, that's daily cleaning, waste evacuation, toilet maintenance. These are separate contracts with different teams, equipment, and schedules. Vector control targeted for pest categories, mosquitoes, reptiles, rodents, and cockroaches, using specialized equipment. Janitorial services involved daily waste collection, mopping, disinfection, cleaning of stands and washrooms. Labor appearing in both invoices is not duplication. It reflects the legitimate cost of human resource for 2 distinct operations. Now, 2, services charges are defined in contracts. It says every invoice is backed by a contract and service level agreement that clearly defines the scope of services, including tax frequencies, coverage areas, and quality standards. The scope covered over 30 distinct activities: daily emptying of color-coded waste bins, mechanical sweeping, vacuum cleaning, removal of cobwebs and stains, provision of soaps and toilet rolls. Now, mobile toilets, medical waste treatment, and water supply with cesspit emptying. Number 3, full equipment and consumables records exist. Now, Zoom Lion deployed a full fleet across 4 venues: Accra Sports Stadium, Borteman Sports Complex, Achimota Cricket Oval, and Bukum Trust Emporium. Now, compaction trucks, medical waste trucks, thermal foggers, NACSAP sprayers, and floor scrubbing machines, buffer machines, vacuum cleaners, mobile toilets, hundreds of color-coded bins, PPE, and consumables, including detergent and spraying chemicals. Line item breakdowns are as follows, and it goes on and on and on. There's also all documents were available to the Auditor General. It says all invoices, contract, service schedules, daily supervision logs, and equipment deployment records were duly submitted to and available at the Ministry of Sports and the relevant state institutions responsible for the African Games. Now, the Auditor General had every opportunity at the material time to review these documents and satisfy itself that there was absolutely nothing wrong with Zoom Lion's invoices. Now, round-the-clock services, that's my last one. No failure. Services run from 1st March to 1st April 2024. 31 days of uninterrupted coverage, including a full week before the games. A shift system provided 24/7 service. Over 350 personnel were trained at the Army Peace Operations Training School, which is from the 4th to the 24th of February 2024 in waste management, vector control, health and safety, and conflict resolution, waste segregation into recyclables, and general waste reduce the event's carbon footprint. There were no disease outbreaks or sanitation failures. Zoomlion unequivocally denies these allegations. The company is a responsible corporate entity that upholds the highest standards of integrity, professionalism, and accountability in all its dealings. And this is issued by the Corporate Communications Directorate, Zoomlion Ghana Limited. And then finally, I would want to remind you that please discover MNC Group, your #1 partner in minerals and food, commodity trading, real estate development, general logistics, procurement, management consultants, investment advisory, import and export. They have headquarters in East Legon, right here, Accra, Ghana. But they have also offices in Dubai, Hong Kong, and Guangzhou in China, Johannesburg in South Africa, in America and Italy. Trust them to maximize your value in every deal. That's the thing about them. That's their unique selling position. Trust them to maximize your value in every unique deal. So reach them on MNC Group at mncgroupgh.com or call 0302-998-246 or 026-550-5337 or 056-103-2252. MNC Group, totally reliant. And I'll just use this 10 seconds to read this message by Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo. He says, okay, Doc, I've heard your advice. Thank you so very, very much. Doc thinks at some point it was becoming a bit destructive. So he says we should just make sure that it's orderly. Doc, thank you. Thank you so very much. Now, McLean says what's happening to our compatriots in the South Africa should serve as a serious wake-up call to our leaders in this country. There must be drastic actions and practical policies aimed at creating opportunities and providing properly paid jobs for the teeming youth, devoid of petty politics and unnecessary partisanship. It's a long one, but I think that I've looked at the thrust of your argument. Carlos from Odududu says the NPP lady should be blah, 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 regarding what she was saying on the subject this morning. Instead of applauding the government for what they could do in the 8 years, she's asking this government to do what argument to do it within 17 months. She should bear in mind that they destroyed the country over the past 8 years and it will take us many years to repair the damage. And it says this is why the first president said the NPP are enemies of this country. They are not patriots. God richly bless you. Thank you very much, Carlos, for that. Master Planner Jr., and that's what I'm going, and I beg you, just 30 seconds, I beg you. It seems most of the South Africans don't know their history. If they know the kind of relationship between them and Ghana, they would not be behaving this way. Have they soon forgotten all the support Ghana gave to them through their various presidents? They should not take Ghanaians for fools. We can equally deal with their people here, but will not fall into the pit with them. Master Planner Junior, policy analyst. I couldn't read the rest, I'm sorry, because of time constraints. So, ladies, thank you very much for your time, but don't go yet. Kwesi Kweta will always engage you. So, it's time for the school's homecoming, my favorite part, on Thursdays.
This morning we're going to have the school's
What's going on today?
Yes, we're having a cracker. Tomorrow,
Blow!
They are 95th.
Okay.
We are having them today. 2 weeks ago they were here. We just want to talk about what is going to happen tomorrow. So Africa is in the house and it's going to be a beautiful moment as we talk to them. But before our very distinguished guest on the Good Morning Show go away, I want to find out from you the schools that you went to, your high school days. That's what I want to find out from you. Let's start with you, please.
Okay.
Okay, I went to Tamale Secondary School, the
Great
Tama School.
Really?
Great Tama
Oh, so you speak the man?
Oh, yes, I speak the
What? Very fluently. Wow, Kaula.
I love you.
Hey, that's all I know.
Oh, I was going to say that. That's what I was currently.
Don't start what you can't finish.
Sorry.
Are you from Chama?
No.
So there's a bit of a challenge with your mic. You're not very audible.
Oh. Okay.
So you know what? I'll help you.
Okay.
I'll help you by taking a break.
Okay.
It's just 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then when we come back, we'll be fine by the time we're back.
Yeah,
so you're watching. Yes, we're watching your Good Morning on Metro Television. This is where I draw the curtain from my side. Kwesi Kweta returns shortly. Thank you very much, Prof. and Laura for joining us.
Finding the ideal property shouldn't be a daunting task. At MNC Properties, we believe everyone deserves a place to call home. That's why we specialize in providing affordable housing options under our flagship project, Fresh Property Joy, specifically designed for low and medium income earners. Our range of customizable homes includes 2 and 3 bedroom standard and executive options, all meticulous